Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How's everyone doing today? Happy Monday. Excuse my voice. I got a little bit of scratch in my throat. I got a little bit ill last week, but I'm over that, and now I'm just in recovery mode. So how's everyone doing? I see that we've got all of our mods here. I think Copernicus is probably sleeping this time of night. How you doing, Yarn Prepper? Jan, how you doing? JT, good to see every one of you. Disabled and Prepping is in the house. Thriving Sprout, how you doing? NC, Ultra Maga Prepper, all right. Atta Girl Prepping, Suzanne. A9, hello, how you doing, Steph L? Happy Veterans Day to everyone, all right. Deborah Ramirez is here. Skipping Rocks is in the house. Amy Lou, all the way from Okie Mountain Cabin. Let me see, Soriano 698, how are you doing? Aloha to you as well. Let's see, Low Blood Pressure is in the house. How you doing, Low Blood Pressure? Yes, happy Veterans Day to every one of you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see, who else do we have in the house? Forrest is in the house. Scott Hummer, how you doing? Let's see, who else? Amazing Grandma is in the house. How's everyone doing? Skipping Rocks. Can I get a number one if you can, if I'm coming in loud and clear before we continue? How are you doing, Nishka? Good to see you. Andrew, how are you? Marsons, how you doing? From Newfoundland, Canada. Good to see you. All right, we got one. It's all across the board. I got a 2 from Allison, but that's the only 2. So hopefully you'll be able to hear me okay. Sound is good. I can't do too much about what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. This is what you're stuck with if you're here. All right. Johanna, how you doing? Happy Veterans Day. Cindy Hoff, hello. David Yeoman, how are you? Good to see all of you. All right, so real quick, I wanted to show you some awesome pictures of the aurora. Okay, I see we've got a couple hundred. I wanted to show you all some awesome pictures of the aurora, and for anyone that misses it, hopefully they'll come back and hit it on the replay, because this is right off of my backyard. And in addition to that, ladies and gentlemen, after I talk about the pictures and show you all these pictures, I'm going to take about 1 minute. I've got it down to 1 minute to let you all know, whoever is in the market for an OUPES solar generator, the sales that they're having for Black Friday is incredible, and it only starts in a few days. So I'm going to tell you what the bottom line is on most of the mega series that they're putting on sale, and then that'll be it. You can come back and check it out later on if you want to, if you're in the market for that. But check this out. This right here is what it looks like from my backyard when the aurora is out, and I just think it's pretty awesome. Obviously, the pictures don't really do it too much justice. I do have some other ones here. Let's see. That's another one right there, right off of my backyard, or my driveway, I guess you can say. As you all know, we're having a lot of solar activity during this solar maximum cycle, and that's why we get such nice auroras. And they're far-reaching too. They're a lot farther reaching than just up here in the northern hemisphere or in the upper parts of the northern hemisphere. I know that some of them are being seen all the way down through Canada and then the upper United States as well. Let's see if I can show. There's another one right there. And I think I've got one last one that has a triple. And there you go. And those are all the same, just from a slightly different angle. So yesterday the auroras were actually out again, but they weren't as nice as these. So I thought that I would go ahead and share these pictures with you right here. Let's see if this here comes a little farther out. All right, really quick, okay? OUPES is having a really crazy sale on their Mega Series solar generators, and all the way up to the Mega 5, I do believe, and it's actually on here. Yes, all the way up to the Mega 5, and it's really going to be the best sale that I've ever seen them give. Now, for those that purchase an OUPES not on sale, within 30 days from the ones that are on sale, you can call them or you can email them and you can get a refund equal to the difference of the sale price and what you paid for them. But it has to be like within 30 days. All right. So as you can see here, you can go and get a coupon for $1. All right. The link is in the description of my video. You go on my site, you can buy a coupon for $1 depending on what unit you want to purchase. So if you want to get a Mega 1, you purchase a coupon for $30. Mega 2, 50, Mega 3, 100, and the Mega 5, 200. Each of these coupons will cost you $1 so that you can take that amount off of the final price when you go ahead and purchase it. Now, let me go ahead and show you what the final price is going to look like. So for the Mega 1, after everything is said and done, you've used your coupon, you've deducted make sure you use my discount code, because my discount code is going to give you an additional 2% off for a whole 7% off. So if you use my discount code, it's RUDY for 7% off the final price over here. So instead of $388 with your regular 5% off, it's $380 for a Mega 1. That is an incredible deal. I mean, you can get a Mega 1 with an extra battery, which is 3,000 watt hours for $965, which is an incredible deal. It's like 700, almost 800 bucks off the regular price. It comes in at 32 cents a watt hour, ladies and gentlemen. That's an incredible deal. And as you can see here, you can get a Mega 2 as well for 39 cents per watt hour. And let's see, the final ones are right here. The Mega 3 you can get for $12.09. The Mega 5 alone for $17.67, which is an incredible deal as well. And you can see that the Mega 5, along with one of the M5 or B5 batteries, you can get for just a little bit over $3,000. I know that some of these may sound expensive, and it's because they are. But as you saw there, OUPES has something pretty much in everyone's price range. And make sure to use my discount code. It's a special discount code that's only available until the 5th of December. And it's just my first name, Rudy, RUDY. Okay. It gives you 7% off instead of 5% off. And these prices are the flash sale prices. These prices are going to be available between the 29th of November and the 2nd of December. It's going to be 4 days of flash sales. So make sure that if you're in the market for this, to wait for those 4 days. Don't pull the trigger too early, ladies and gentlemen, so you can get the very best deal that I've ever seen. All right, so that's enough of that. And I wanted to cover a few things today, ladies and gentlemen. It seems that even though number 47 or number 45 hasn't been made 47 yet, that things are moving along. I wanted to share with you something that I think is a really good thing. And let me see if I can present it for you right here. Share screen. I think this is a great thing right here, and I want you to hear something that this gentleman has to say. So I just happened to see this today, and I think this is pretty awesome. Incoming border czar plans Worksite raids to bust bad things, to get rid of some really bad actors that are pretty much ruining our nation. And I'm not talking about the administration. I'm talking about those people that are coming in unlawfully. And I'm not sure if you've ever seen this gentleman, all right, talk before, but he is a no-nonsense kind of a guy, someone that knows everything that there is to know about the profession of guarding and protecting the border. And I wanted to play this quick clip for you right here. Hopefully we don't get in trouble with this. But listen to this.
We have seen one estimate that says it would cost $88 billion to deport 1 million people a year.
I don't know if that's accurate or not.
Is that what American taxpayers should expect?
What price do you put on national security? Is that worth it?
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
Of course there is, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, we can find a reason or a way to feel sorry for some of the individuals that are here unlawfully. We can say, well, they're good people, they're hard workers, etc., 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 right? But the fact of the matter is that they broke the law. It's one of the things, excuse me, it's one of the things that I have a problem with 45, right? I'm going to still call him 45 until he becomes 47. It's one of the problems that I have with him is that he's even said on the Joe Rogan interview that the reason he didn't take the DOJ and send it after the Hillary lady, you know, that lady, is because it would have been bad for the country. But the last I knew, the Lady Liberty is blindfolded, and Lady Liberty doesn't care who it is that broke the law, but justice should be served. And it shouldn't matter what someone thinks about whether it would be good for the country or not. If someone broke the law, they need to pay the price. It doesn't matter what socioeconomic status they're in. It doesn't matter what club they're in. If that lady, Hillary, broke the law, she needs to pay the price. Same thing from the top all the way to the bottom, which you may say that it's someone that came here unlawfully. I don't care if they're a hard worker. I don't care if they're an economic refugee. They didn't come in through the front door. So that gentleman there who's going to be the new border czar, I hope that he does what they're saying that they're going to do, and is to get everyone that's not here lawfully back out, and hopefully they can come back in the right way. Because we do need people coming into the United States of America in order to do jobs, in order to do things that maybe not everyone wants to do, and or maybe that companies can't afford to pay what the American people want for it. Do I agree with that? I don't. I think that companies ought to be forced to hire Americans and change their salaries accordingly. All right. So if we don't want people to be here unlawfully, then we should be willing to pay more for the strawberries, for the tomatoes, for the cucumbers, etc. Because there will come a point where people will go to work and will do that kind of work if they're paid enough. So we have to be careful what we're asking for in a way. But what I'm asking for, really what we should all be demanding, is that the rule of law be enforced, no matter who it is. It's what really makes this country work, is that we have a rule of law that will give a speeding ticket to someone who's a billionaire at the same time that it will give a speeding ticket to someone that's at the bottom of the socioeconomic ladder. And I know that's not how it works many times, but that's how it's supposed to work. And when we have someone sitting at the highest seat in the office saying, well, I know that this person did something that was completely unlawful, but I don't think it would be good for the country to prosecute her. I don't want to hear that. I want to see them walking down that. I want to see them doing the, what is it called? The perp walk? Yeah, the perp walk. Walking down in that orange jumpsuit and paying the price that they need to pay to society for the wrongs that they've committed against we the people of the United States of America. So I wanted to show you that because things are already changing, and 45 hasn't even been inaugurated into being 47. I'm not sure if you've heard, I don't have a clip of this, or I don't have an article pulled up on this, but I've already heard that and seen that there are countries that are stopping their malfeasance, right? That the Middle East has kind of like settled down, right? Ever since 45 was pronounced to be the president-elect, all right? 47. So things are already starting to fall in line. There's already countries understanding that they're going to have to play ball, all right, if they want to get along with the United States of America. Look at Mexico. I believe that the problem at the border now has really started to tamper down a bit. I was watching Charlie Kirk, I think is his name. I was watching his podcast today, and there are caravans of people that would have been coming in here to cross the border unlawfully, just turning around saying, nope, we're going back home. It's not worth crossing the border if we're going to be taken back and sent back home anyway. So we're just going to go back home. So doesn't it make a big difference as to who it is that's going to sit up there in the behind the Resolute desk? And I wanted to cover this real quick, being that we're only about 15, 16 minutes into this live stream. I wanted to cover this really quick. Ladies and gentlemen, right, the First Amendment is something that's really great, right? And we should all cherish it. And if you don't like that I promote being conservative, promoting someone that's for the rule of law, promoting someone that's for not spending more than what we take in. And I'm not even saying that DJT promotes not spending more than we take in. He's all for negative interest rates. He's all for borrowing and all that kind of stuff. But what I can say is that he's a businessman, and he's been a businessman all his life. So he probably knows what he's talking about and doing a lot better than most when it comes to finances and such. But if you don't like that, I like it when we have people in office that are literally here for this country, for you and me, then leave, right? Leave. Only because this time around, it came in to be a Republican that's actually going to be in a position that's going to look after this country, that loves this country. That's who I'm with. I'm with whoever wants America to succeed. I am not with anyone that wants America to fail, and I'm definitely not going to be with anyone that hates America. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. There should be one test for you to be able to qualify to even enter to be in any kind of a political stance, any race, Senate, Congress, president, vice president, and even all the way down to the lowest person in, let's say, your city hall. That one test that you should always have to be able to pass before you even apply to run for any of these seats is a polygraph. And the one question that they ought to ask is, do you love America? Do you love America? That should be the one question that they ask. And you have to pass that before you can actually start to run for whatever position you should run, right? I like people to be in charge of our nation that actually love this country and that don't want to destroy this country. So if you don't like that, see yourself out, because it's only a number. Whatever number it is that community members, I like to call you all right, or subscribers, as most others call, however many subscribers there are, great, right? But if you have to see your way out because you don't agree that we should be able to choose someone that actually loves America, and you want to see someone in office that wants to destroy America, leave, all right? Leave. That's all there's to it. All right, so let's say hello to a few more of you. Scott Dykstra. Scott Dykstra. Wasn't there a baseball player that played for the Mets back in the 80s that his last name was Dykstra? Let's see. The Swags, how you doing? Good to see you. Semper Fi to Dale Robertson. How are you doing? Let's see. A9, how you doing? California politicians agreed to take an additional $2 per gallon gas tax. Holy smokes, are you serious? They're going to tax the Californians another $2 on top of what they pay now. Now, I know that they passed some kind of a law, I believe, that it was going to add like 42 cents per gallon. But are you sure it's $2? Wow, isn't that something? Jesse V, how you doing? Ladies and gentlemen, we can talk about anything that you like to talk about. I couldn't do the live stream yesterday. Something came up, but I did put up a short video yesterday on 6 reasons why you need to continue to prepare. And these are 6 real reasons, not 6 reasons that I made up. 6 reasons that are real, that are verifiable, that you can actually go look up and see, wow, yes, we need to continue to prepare because of this. We can't get complacent because 45 is going to be 47. I am very happy, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you that. I am very happy that we are going to have a new and better administration, because I really feel that that gives the American people hope, right? It gives us hope that there's going to be some light at the end of the tunnel. However, things are not going to get any easier before they get better. They're going to get more difficult before they get better. So continue to prepare and stay prepared. All right, ladies and gentlemen, because we are going to need our preps. Eventually, we will need them one way or another. So don't think that because 45 is coming in, that things are just going to be glorious all of a sudden. Look at the stock market. Look at Bitcoin, for goodness gracious. Oh, my goodness. It's almost $90,000. I believe it'll hit over $100,000 this cycle before it goes into a bear market. And I do believe it will go into a bear market. All right. I would say probably within the next 6 months, I will see Bitcoin going into a bear market. And then after that, you can do your own homework on whether you want to take advantage of getting into the market or not. But we will have some down times. And I believe that's going to be within the next, I would say within the next 6 to 9 months. I believe that we're going to see a big correction in all of the markets, including gold and silver. But then after that, I believe that anything that has tangible value, gold, silver, and I know some of you don't want to hear this, but even Bitcoin is going to shoot straight up. So right now, it's a kind of like a time of euphoria for the markets. Gold and silver have taken a little bit of a hit because I believe that people that are holding it are selling in order to be able to get into the stock market, which in my opinion is a big mistake, and or to get into Bitcoin. Now, there's good and bad about Bitcoin and good and bad about gold, but what I believe in is in diversification. If you have a portfolio that's diversified, I believe that's the best way to go. I would never tell anyone that I think it's a good idea to be in the stock market because I don't. I don't think it's a good idea to be in the stock market at all, unless you know how to trade it, all right? Unless you can find out what the probabilities are that something that you invest in is going to go up or down. You know how to trade it. You know how to get in and get out without losing your money, right? And even then, you're still gambling to a certain extent. So I would never recommend to anyone to get in the stock market because at any time that they want, they can pull that rug, leave you holding a bag that someone else will own. Let's see. Antonia says, I'm very happy, but I won't stop prepping, and I will keep praying that Trump will be saved. Yes, indeed. Absolutely. I think that was the case for many millions of people in America, Pam. My stress level went down when Trump won. I saw a chart that I found very curious. Let me go ahead and show you what it is. I just want you to take a look at this real quick. Check this out. What happened, ladies and gentlemen? More votes than any other D in history, in the history of the country. Right? In 2020, there was more votes for blue than any other time in the history of our country, pretty much. Right? What happened between there and there? I mean, this makes sense. And going from about 74 to about 76, this makes sense. The red picked up about another 2 million votes, right? That's pretty reasonable. But what happened to all of these voters right here? And in my honest opinion, I would have to say that maybe this is just an opinion. Maybe these voters never even existed, or maybe they were 6 feet underground because they had passed away more than likely years ago. But that's neither here nor there. We are where we're at, which right now is a better place than where we were just a couple of weeks ago. So congratulations to everyone that went out and actually voted. And I want to say congratulations to the United States of America, because now I believe that we do have a chance, right? And I'm going to have to keep saying this. I don't want to sound too like, what do you call it? I'm lost for words right now. I don't want to sound too optimistic, all right? And it's not my job to come in here and try to scare you of anything, but just go watch the video that I put out on yesterday. Go watch that video. 6 reasons why you need to continue to prepare, right? And that's why I don't want to sound too optimistic, because when you sound too optimistic, people will take that for, hey, it's good times again. Look at the stock market again. It's good times again. The stock market's at all-time highs. Bitcoin's at all-time highs. Gold and silver are going down, which means that people are like really happy, joyful, saying, hey, things are great again, right? That's whenever silver and gold go down, is because people think things are okay, that there's nothing going on that's going to maybe impact our life, our way of living, our standard of living, etc. But you have to continue to prepare, because there are way more than those 6 things that I talked about on yesterday's video that that are a reason for us to continue to prepare. There's way more than that. I just talked about 6 because it was on the fly during my walk. If you all have anything you want to share with the community, put it all in caps. If you have any questions, put them all in caps as well. We'll go ahead and take the next half hour or so, ladies and gentlemen, to chit chat back and forth. I do appreciate every one of you being here today. And I do believe that Gray Man and myself are going to continue to do our other or bi-weekly or bi-monthly live streams, changing it over to Wednesdays. Okay. So I do believe it's not going to be this Wednesday, but next Wednesday will be the second week after the last one that we did. All right. Evita is in the house. How you doing, Evita? JR, how are you? Hopefully you're watching. If you are, how you doing, my brother? Oh, Nishka, I'm so sorry. I did get the package that you sent. Thank you very much for that and the letter. I decided that I'm going to go ahead and give those away, during the Christmas giveaway this year. Not sure exactly what day that's going to be yet. I believe that Grayman and myself are probably going to do that together on one of our lives, all right? But I did get that. Thank you very much. Awesome. Whoever gets those 5 are going to be very lucky to have them. So thank you so much. And that is exactly what I say, Mary. Mary says, well, if silver went down, I can buy twice as much. That's exactly what I say. Dollar cost average. That's what I do. Dollar cost average every month. All right. And I made a little bit of a purchase extra this month because silver went back down to like 31 and change, or $30 or something like that. I think it's a great time. I think it's just a blessing that some people are taking advantage of and being able to get just a little bit more for their fiat currency than they would have otherwise. Listen, one day you're going to wake up and gold and silver are going to be like, oh, it's going to be crazy. But what you have to realize is that when that does happen, it's not going to be because things are great. It's going to be because things are a little bit worse off. Okay, that's why it's going to be. And you having that, you having your preparations, you having your wealth preservation, gold, silver, maybe a little bit of crypto if you do that. You having that, that's what preparedness is about. All right, ladies and gentlemen. But one day we will wake up. It's just a matter of time. It's mathematics. There's absolutely nothing that can stop what's going to happen. It's been written already, right? I don't want to sound like a prophet or anything, because I'm not. But it's been written, all right? The day that Nixon took us off the gold standard, he doomed the dollar. He doomed it. So there's obviously no way that we can get out of what's coming. Let's see. And that includes backing the dollar by gold. Let's say 45, when he becomes 47, he says, all right, we're going to have a gold-backed currency. That's great. That is going to bring some serious inflation. Why? Because in order to back our dollar with gold, we're going to have to pay for the misdeeds of our past. And that is cover the inflation that we've created over the last 5.5 decades, with the price of gold being brought up than what it is now. And the price of gold being brought up, let's just pick a number, an easy number. Let's say $20,000, all right? The price of gold being brought up to $20,000, let's say, is not going to benefit those people that don't have gold. And 99 or 98% of Americans don't have gold. And for those of you that may be laughing on the $20,000 price, about 7 or 8 years ago, no, 7 years ago, I remember saying, yeah, Bitcoin is one day going to go over $100,000 easily. And that was back when Bitcoin was $700. All right. So think about that. The same thing is going to happen with gold. It's going to explode in price, followed by silver. The question is, are you going to have a little bit put away so that you can be able to buy bread for the next day and be able to feed your family, because your food preps won't last forever. And that's why we have to put away a little bit in the category of wealth preservation, not investments, but wealth preservation. At least that's what I think about that. Oh, really? Viv B says Socrates, which is the computer program that Martin Armstrong developed and spent, I believe, 7 years in jail for contempt for not turning that over to the government, a computer program that he developed. All right. It says that there will be high civil unrest in December and January. That is very, very likely. And you know what? One of the things that I cannot wait for is for when 47 gets in office. And I just hope that he doesn't forget about all of those J6 people that are still rotting in a jail as political prisoners. You know, that's the difference, ladies and gentlemen, between people that love their country and love law and order and think that the Constitution is a well worth living document, right? And those that just hate America and hate law and order, is that even though one side has been treated terribly for the last several years, all right, that same side that's been treated terribly would never do it to the other side. That's the difference. The difference is that the other side will die on that hill, even though that hill is the wrong hill to go up, right? But this side over here on the right says, hey, I know that what you did was wrong, but I'm not going to go ahead and stoop to your level and start putting political prisoners in jail from your side just because you did me. So sometimes I'm sure that, I'll say it out loud, but sometimes I'm sure that some people may say, hey, let's go ahead and do it to them and see how they like it. But that's the difference between us and them, is that they would do it again, but we won't, because it's not the right thing to do. We have to allow the law to take care of that, not us, and not out of emotions, but the law. Yeah, I think I've seen this, seen a few snippets of this. I have no idea. No idea, ladies and gentlemen. Any guess is, anybody's guess, I guess, is valid enough. I don't know why they have all of these semi-trailers from FEMA stacked up in, where is it, in Michigan? I have no idea. I guess we'll have to find and see. Again, just stay prepared. Remember that there are some things that we can do absolutely nothing about. But if you're prepared, you're going to be able to ensure that your family has food, that they have water, that they have heat, that they have shelter, that you have a little bit of fuel set aside just in case, right? You can't get to the pumps, or the pumps go out of order because there's no electricity. We lose the grid, etc. I mean, decide whatever it is that you want to decide that could happen, because anything could happen. That's why you stay prepared. Because what are they planning? Who knows? I don't know. And, and this does, I kind of like agree with how quiet things are. That's kind of like disturbing, right? Isn't it? Isn't it disturbing how quiet things are? How not that many people are screaming from the other side? Is it because they're so scared of what may happen once documents get opened up, once certain lists get out to the public and people get to see those names? Is that why maybe they're not that vocal this time around? Because they know that 45, once he becomes 47, has said that he's going to disclose and declassify all of these lists that have all of these names on them, and it doesn't matter who it is. Right, ladies and gentlemen? One of the things he said about the Kennedy papers was that, well, the country's not ready for the Kennedy papers because there were still people on those documents that are still alive. Well, if they're still alive and they're on those documents and there's proof that they did something wrong, then we should allow the law to take care of that. It shouldn't be up to one person to determine whether the law should be carried out or not. It should be up to the law. What does it say? Are you guilty of this? Yes, then you're going to jail. You'll have to pay the price. I don't care if you're 90 years old or not. There's no reason why any of these papers that belong to we, the American people, should stay behind closed doors just because of what one person thinks. It doesn't matter if it's the president or anyone. They should be disclosed to the American people. It's our country. That's what we've forgotten for so long, is that this is our country. the country of the American people. This country doesn't belong to 537 people that are up on the hill. It doesn't belong to them. We are their bosses. We don't work for them. At least that's the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to that they work for us. But over time, as the Constitution has been trampled on over and over and over again, it's turned out that we, the people, are the ones working for these crooks, for these criminals. Well, things need to change around. Things need to turn back to where we, the people, have control. And the way that we do that, ladies and gentlemen, is by the rule of law. Everything. And it's going to hurt at first, but it's going to have to hurt in order for us to be able to leave our children a country that's worth leaving to them. Gail, how are you doing? Yes, I would like your opinion on the Blue Eddy I bought too. I cannot give too much opinion on Blue Eddy because I haven't reviewed one in forever. When I had a Blue Eddy, I remember I had the small one, the EB100 or something like that. I forget their names because I don't have any more. I gave one of my oldest ones that I had, which was a great unit, away. Right, I gave it to someone that needed one, and he's got it anyways, and it's still working. All right, but I can't really talk too much about it because I just haven't reviewed any. I've tried to get some over here to get them reviewed, and it's been blocked in the mail and all that kind of stuff. And I'll keep trying because I do want to review different types of solar generators. And I actually have 2 or 3 that I do have to review, and that'll be probably coming out this month and next month. But on the newer Blue Eddies and the models that I haven't reviewed, I can't say too much about. I know that the ones that I had in the past were very good quality, right? In my opinion, they're kind of pricey, but they're very good quality, right? That's the most that I can say about the Blue Eddy. Even though I've had them in the past, I don't have them now, and I haven't had them in a very long time. Let me see. Pedia Tricot. I think that's how you say it. I believe that they will crash our economy and blame Trump. Very possible. I think that that's a very probable thing that can happen, right? And because it's so easy to crash an economy that's already faltering as much as ours is. Remember that the stock market is not the economy. The stock market is a casino. It's a casino that's controlled. Right, that stock market, ladies and gentlemen, can go up and down whenever they want it to go up and down. They can crash it whenever they want to crash it, but they will wait until the layman, they will wait until the euphoric people that have gone into the market are all in before they pull the plug. Take a look at Buffett, right? I forget his first name, but Buffett has pulled a lot of money out of the market, right? He's sitting on almost $500 billion. Can you believe this? Buffett is sitting on like $350 billion that he's pulled out of the market little by little over the last few years. Why is he sitting on all that cash when that cash is inflating away, when the value is inflating away? He knows exactly what's going to happen. The market is going to have a major crash, and then he's going to go in there and scoop everything up on pennies on the dollar. That's the only reason why he would be selling right now and just holding cash. Any other reason? I don't know why. All right, he's going to wait until things get nasty and there's blood on the streets, and he's going to buy stocks back on the dollar. I mean, for pennies on the dollar. And I'm probably going to enter the stock market when that happens myself, to try to catch a wave, to maybe leave a legacy to my children. Yeah, absolutely. Dale Robertson says, we the people have delivered a mandate. White House, Senate, House, popular vote. Wow. And remember the first 2 years of 45's presidency. We had the same thing. We had the House, we had the Senate, and we had the executive, right? And what got done? Nothing. However, there is a difference between then and now. The difference is that DJT knows exactly what's going on. He knows what to do. Look at his transition team. He's already working on it. He's already had the people picked. He's not going to allow neocons or rhinos to tell him who to pick. He knows who to pick now, and he knows who not to trust. So I believe that this time around, a lot more is going to get done that's going to be able to stand for the American people and not be taken away as easily. I hope that he doesn't do that many executive orders, or that whatever executive orders he does can be backed up by law later on. So for example, let's say he does an executive order for whatever, for anything, right? Hopefully later on in his presidency, it will become a law, because it will be introduced by Congress, passed by the Senate, and then signed by him into law. That way it won't be that easy to reverse that said executive order when someone else takes over, if in case it may be one of the enemy. I hope that made sense. This is a great question from the Country Humans Network. Hey, Rudy, what foods are long-term that don't have carbohydrates? Not too many. Meat, eggs. Meat, eggs, bacon, lard, butter, ghee, right? Olive oil. Those things don't have carbs. Now, are you talking about low glycemic index? Beans, right? Beans have a low glycemic index. And when combined with a little bit of rice, I would probably say 2 parts beans and 1 part rice, or 3 part beans, 1 part rice. And when I say beans, I mean any kind of legumes like lentils, pintos, black beans, kidney beans, etc., navy beans, all that kind of stuff. It gives you a great amino acid that can act as a good protein, and also keeping the glycemic index low so that your body doesn't have to produce as much insulin otherwise, right? And that's just a layman talking. I'm not a doctor. I never said I was, right? So those are the things. And you can can meat, you can freeze dry meat. I myself just don't like jerky, like beef jerky and stuff like that. So I just don't stock up on that stuff. I don't like it. But canned meat, I love. Pressure canned meat yourself. Get freeze dry meat. Get canned meats at the store if it makes sense, right? The only time that I pressure can meats is if it makes sense, right? Because you're going to go ahead and spend 35 cents or 30 cents, whatever it may be, for a lid for each of those jars. Even if you already own the jars, remember, you're going to spend a few pennies for that lid. And sometimes it doesn't make sense to can something yourself if you can get it at the store for a lesser price than what it would cost you to can it yourself. So just do the math before you go and do that project, because you're going to spend a lot of time doing it, right? And if you're not going to save any money, then why are you doing it, unless you just prefer to do it yourself, which that's understandable. But yeah, meat, egg, go get some vitamin eggs from Nutrient Survival, all right? They're also going to have an awesome sale coming for Black Friday, right? And I'm probably going to do a short video on all of the sales that everyone that I know, all of the partners of the AP community for Black Friday, so that anyone that's anyone that wants some of that stuff can get it at the great price, right? At a best price. Look at this. Viv says, I'm sad when silver and gold goes up. Yeah, yep. I haven't bought gold in a really long time, ladies and gentlemen, but I'll tell you what, the last time I bought gold, it was right around the 1900, maybe 2000 and change area. I think the last time I bought some gold, it was around $2,050 or $2,012, something like that. And right now, I think silver is the game. Silver is where you should be going right now, in my opinion. Now, let's see. Nadine says, what deals have you seen on solar generators? Well, Nadine, go back to the beginning of this live stream when it posts, because probably within the first 5 to 10 minutes, I go over all of the deals that OUPES is giving, and they're pretty incredible deals. As low as 30 cents per watt hour, which is pretty amazing. I'll tell you what, A9, I wish that Costco would put that butter on sale. I wish they'd put it on clearance. A9 says, FDA recalled tons of Costco butter because it doesn't say contains milk on the package. Well, I remember that I think it's the FDA also that's in charge of approving or disapproving drugs. I remember them approving this certain drug where when you looked at the paper of the stuff that it contained in it, it didn't have nothing. It was completely blank. You all know what that was? You know, that juicy juice that they wanted us to take back in around 2020 to 2023 or so. If you take a look at that, it had none of the ingredients in it. I don't know if it does now, but back then it didn't. But here, since it doesn't say contains milk, then I guess, oh, that's amazing. Well, the thing is, too, is that does butter really contain milk? I thought that butter was just the fat and the solids and the whey. But anyways, they can do whatever they want. They're the FDA. They're a bureaucracy that is put there in order to control us, ladies and gentlemen. That's what all bureaucracies are. They're put there to make law without making laws. They make rules that act as laws and that affect people like laws do. And that's definitely one of the things that I hope that Elon Musk and Ron Paul take care of, is get rid of all of these governmental organizations that are just put there to make our lives a living hell. All right. Take a look at this. I was talking to my tax preparer, and I forget what the name of this is, but they came out with some new stuff. Right. There are some things that I do for this channel. Like if I buy something so that I can review, if I buy it myself, do I have anything here? If I buy something myself to review for this channel, I can actually use it as an exemption, right? But the federal government now, they came out with this brand new rule that is a regulation that is going to cost everyone who has any kind of a business. It doesn't matter how small or big it is. It could be a one-person business, all right, to a million-person business. It's going to cost everyone, I don't know, several $100s, all right, just because they came up with this one little thing that you have to do now. It's amazing. It's just a tax on the people and a way to modify the people's behavior. Linda Bob says or asked, does little gold chips like in panning gold count? Absolutely. Gold is gold is gold, and silver is silver is silver. Right? Absolutely. For those of you that maybe just made it in the last few minutes, happy Veterans Day, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Veterans to you or to anyone that you know that may have served. Colorado Pack Prepper is in the house. How you doing? I'm with you on that one. Grandmom Zoo, pick it, eat it. Absolutely. Let me see. Mary says, 2 wrongs don't make it right. Trump will take the high ground. He is better than that. But to also say it, an eye for an eye. Well, I don't think it's 2 wrongs, though, Mary. I think I know what you're talking about. You're talking about when I was saying that he should have told the DOJ to investigate and imprison Hillary. He should have done that. It's because she broke the law. And I know that if, as a matter of fact, I think during the same time of that controversy, there was this submariner that was in the Navy who got put in jail because he did something showing something of a classified nature that wasn't even really classified, that there was no harm done. But she went ahead and destroyed tens of thousands of emails after she was ordered to turn them in. That's just one of the things. If the law was broken, she should go to jail or at least have her day in court. And we shouldn't wait until, I forget what the name of that is. You know, when so much time passes and then it doesn't matter what you did because you can't be arrested for it or charged with it anyways. We shouldn't wait for that, no matter who it is. It doesn't matter who it is. If you broke the law, you should be charged and go to jail, especially if you are serving in a position within the government where you're supposed to be serving the people. You shouldn't get a free pass. It's the same thing as saying, well, a cop should get a free pass if he discharges his weapon and takes someone's life because he just wasn't paying attention. Should a cop get a free pass for that? Is that okay? No, it's not. And therefore, anyone that serves in government that does something that's against the law, especially when they do it willingly, should pay the price just like anyone else would. Yeah, it is a bit eerie how quiet things are, Nishka. It really is. I talked about that earlier. That I think, man, there nothing crazy is going on. What's going on here? We expected, the crazies to come out in force. So what is it that's going on? We just have to pray that nothing happens to 45 before he becomes 47. That's that. Don Hill says, I believe we sent that message. We, the people, are fed up and taking it back. We have to keep it. We have to keep it. In 2 years, ladies and gentlemen, in 2 years, we are going to be in the same position that we are right now, but with Congress, right? So we have to make sure that we keep these people that need to be kept in there in, and get the people that need to be kicked out out. We can't get complacent even 2 years from now. It's not freedom is not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy. So we just have to stay on top of these things. Thank goodness for social media. I'm positive that social media is what has enabled us to I guess take the curtains, peel the curtains back, right? It's what's enabled us to peel back the curtains, because there's so many people talking about so many different things, so many different aspects of government, and people that are watchdogs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you don't have time to follow every single one, right? It's impossible. But different people from different parts of the country and the world get fed information that has to do with, maybe starting to go down that rabbit hole of what is government and what are they supposed to be there for, and what are they really doing for us? Is it benefiting us, what they're doing? And a lot of people are finding out that, hey, why is it that we're sending hundreds of billions of dollars to these other countries when we have veterans here in the streets right now on Veterans Day? Right now, ladies and gentlemen, there's people sleeping in the streets. Even here in Fairbanks, people sleeping in the streets, while other people are living in 5-star motels at your expense. And guess what? They're not even supposed to be here. Amazing. Let me see. Mars Sense, does OUPES ship to Canada? I believe that they probably do. You should get on their site and give them a call or an email, because I believe they have a warehouse in Canada. I think they have a warehouse in Canada, if not in Washington. So yeah, you can get on their site and give them a call. All right. And if not, you can email them, and they're very good about returning your emails quickly. Oh my goodness. Amber Demac. Amber has a question. What about 4 Patriots? I have 2 of the big ones. Are they good? Anyone that's been following me for a while knows that I don't like to badmouth any company, and I don't like to throw any company under the house. But under the bus, excuse me, under the house. But I think that this company right here, I think they're a predatory company, and I think that what they charge for their solar generator is extremely, extremely overpriced. So if you take their solar generator, Amber, and I'm not trying to make you feel bad about the choice you made. I've seen them reviewed before, and they do what they're supposed to do, but it's that they're so extremely overpriced. That's the problem with them. One of the things I like about OUPES is that they're not the Tesla of solar generators, but they are very well priced, and they do what they say they're going to do, right? This right here, this company right here that you've dealt with, if you take a look at your solar generator, go ahead and see what it costs you, and divide it by the number of watt hours. And if you're paying more than 50 cents per watt hour, which even nowadays, I think 50 cents is probably a little high, right? If you go back to the beginning of this live stream, you'll see the deals that OUPES is going to have going on during this next sale that they're going to have here towards the end of this month. And you'll see that they are a lot more affordable than what this company here charges for theirs. It's just, I just don't like this company, period. I really don't. And I don't say that about many places, because I feel that every company has their own product, their own vision of what they want to put out. And who's to say? Who am I to say that they're wrong or right? Is their product, is their vision. But when you have a company that's charging so much, I'm going to go take a look right now. Give me a second. All right. Give me a second. I'm going to take a look for. I just want to see how much it is that they're charging for one of those solar generators. Okay. Give me a second. All right. Because I can't really be doing two things at once here. Let me see. Boom. I'll bring it here. Boom. Where are you at? Okay. It's loading up right now. But yeah, let me go ahead and show you real quick, just so you can take a look at this. You see this right here? Boom. Look at this right here. I believe that the solar generators that company offers, I believe that it's about 2,000 watt hours or something like that. And 2,000 watt hours is this one right here. The Mega 2 is 2,048 watt hours. And after everything is said and done, you're going to pay $800 for this. Now, let me take a look at what they have over here. Let's see. Okay. Oh, my goodness. This is ridiculous. This kind of ticks me off in a way. Okay. And like I said, I normally don't do this, but let's see. And they don't even tell you how many watt hours these are. You have to actually dig for that information. I'll try 4,000 watts. No, it doesn't even tell you how many watt hours. They kind of like hide it. In my opinion, that is what they do. Right? They can do whatever they want. I don't care. But in my opinion, they kind of like make you dig for this information, because a lot of people, if they get this information too easy, then they're going to make a really quick decision to not get this stuff. Let's see. I can't even find it in their main page. Let me see if I can Google it real quick. This is amazing. And a lot of people have done videos on this too. A lot of people have done videos on this. I've seen it on YouTube, and where they talk about what a ripoff this is. Let me go ahead and see real quick. How many hours? Okay. Oh, here we go. Amazing. Oh my goodness. 1,536 watt hours. Wow. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. I hope I don't get in trouble for this, but let's see. Actually, it's on the internet. I can't get in trouble for this. Let me show you real quick. I already forgot who asked me about it. Oh, Amber, I want to show you something real quick. Here you go. Present, share screen. Okay. This unit right here, this is the unit you're talking about, right, Amber? Okay. It has 2,000 watts continuous use, which means that it has an inverter that will put out 2,000 watts continuous, right? That's not bad, okay? Oh, here, it does say it right here. I just missed it. Right here it says 1,612 watt hours. Amazing. 1,612 watt hours. Oh, it's only $2,900. Only $3,000 for 1,612 watt hours. 2,000 watt continuous. Amazing. Let me go ahead and show you this real quick. Man, that's incredible. $3,000 for 1,600 watt hours. Now, check this out. This right here, it's equal. The Mega 2 is 2,048 watt hours. So it's about 500 watt hours more than that Ford Patriot. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't come with a 100 watt solar panel, but you can get a 100 watt solar panel on Amazon for $55. So I'm not even going to discuss the solar panel that they say, oh, it's a free solar panel, 100 watt solar panel. Beautiful. I'm not going to discuss that. You can get one of those on Amazon for $55. This one right here has 2,048 watt hours, which is about 500 watt hours more than what that Ford Patriot brings. This one right here will put out 2,500 watts continuous, which is 500 watts more than what that Ford Patriot one brings. The only problem is that the Ford Patriot ones is $3,000. This one's 800. I mean, amazing. You could have gotten, for what you paid for one of the Ford Patriots, for what you paid for one of those 1,600 watt hour Ford Patriots, you could have gotten this Mega 5 plus an expansion battery totaling 10,000 watt hours, 4,000 watts continuous output for the same price, for $38 more. You could have gotten. And that's why I don't like that company. And that's why I say that in my opinion, it's a predatory company, because they named themselves Ford Patriots, but those solar generators are made in the same country that OUPES is made, and that's China. And the reason that they're made in China is because like 99%, 0.5, all solar generators are made in China. That's where they're made, ladies and gentlemen. So they named themselves Ford Patriots so that people can come and say, oh, this is a great American company, when, ladies and gentlemen, they may be based in the United States. But in my opinion alone, all right, I'm not saying anything bad about the company. This is just my opinion, is that they are predatory and they fool people into thinking that they're getting something more than what they're really getting. Unfortunate. You're never going to see me talk about or say, hey, they're having a sale on this or that, on a product that I don't believe in. If I talk to you about power generation, like an OUPES, it's because I really believe in that product. I really like the company. I think they're a fair company. They give you a fair price for a good product, okay? That's why I talk about them so much, because I really think that they have a great product, all right, and a good company, right? When I talk about flashlights, hybrid lights, not fancy, but these are awesome flashlights. They take a beating. They hold a charge for 7 years. You can charge them with solar. You can use them to charge your phone. You can charge them with USB. All right. They if you drop them in water, they'll float. These are awesome little flashlights, and they're not going to break the bank, and they last pretty much forever. Right. It's because I believe in these guys. They're a great product. I'm not going to talk about something to you guys that I don't believe in just to make 50 cents every time that I sell one of these. No, it's just not the way it's supposed to be. And those kinds of companies, I really, really, really wish that people would, I wish that when it comes to that kind of stuff where you're spending a lot of money, that you would educate yourself in that stuff. And I put out videos every now and then. I put out a video a while back where I showed you, these are the things that I look at when I'm advising someone, because I've advised several people on what kind of a solar generator you should get, what capacity you should get. These are the things that I look at, all the way down to the price and around what you should be paying for it for the times that we're in right now. Battleborn, can we end the Federal Reserve? We definitely can. We can, but do we have the will to do it? I believe that in order for us to end the Federal Reserve, something is going to have to happen where the people will be outraged and say, we don't want this no more. We're no longer participating in the economy. We're no longer participating in the economy. And something big like that's going to have to happen. Let's see. Dennis Harris says, I am a Republican, but do not at all trust Donald J. Trump. That's okay. You're not supposed to trust a person who's working in government. You're not supposed to trust any of them. You're supposed to verify that they're doing what you want them to do, because you put them in there. We are their boss. We are supposed to verify that they're doing what we want them to do. It has nothing to do with trust. We're not supposed to trust any of them. All right. We're supposed to verify that they're doing what we want them to do. Okay. But Dennis, if you would do me or Denise, right? It's not Dennis, it's Denise. Denise, would you do me a favor though? Can you, in all caps, in bullet format, like -1, -2, -3, can you put why you don't trust Donald J. Trump? Can you put why you don't trust him? And not something that's grounded in emotion, like saying, "Oh, I don't like how he talks, I don't like how he tweets," but why actually? What did he do that makes you not trust him? Now remember, I don't think we ought to trust any of them. We have to verify that they're doing what we, the people, mandate them to do for us. That's why we send them up there. But please, I would be very, very interested in seeing why you don't trust them. All right, I'm bringing it down. Yes, yes. Hey, Redneck Prepper, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Thank you very much. For those of you that maybe just joined in, happy Veterans Day to all of you. Yes, statute of limitations. Man. Yep, good point there, Battle. Good point. I guess you have a good point there, Forrest. Forrest says the contest hasn't even been certified. Give the bad guys a chance to stop him, to stop 45. Oh goodness. Let's see. Hey, good question. FMX 101, how are you doing? How did I end up in Alaska, and do I love it here? I love living where I live. All right. I think that Fairbanks, Alaska has some of the best people that I've ever been around. All right. Now, everywhere that you go, there's going to be a few bad apples, right? But for the vast majority, I believe that Fairbanks, Alaska, man, they have some of the best people that I've ever been around. I love it for that reason, first and foremost, but also I like it because it's not crowded here, right? It's not crowded here. Also, I like it because you have options here. If you like living like a city lifestyle, you can always live in town where the houses are close together, right? You can live in town and have neighbors on each side of you, within a few feet. However, if you don't like that kind of a lifestyle and you want to live outside of the city, you can do what we decided to do, and it's live outside of the city, where we have a little bit of land, where we can have chickens, etc., etc. I like to say that I live far enough away from the city in order to escape the light pollution and noise pollution and not have neighbors right next door. But I live close enough to where I want to go stock up at Costco. I can do it anytime I want. So those are the main reasons why I really do like living here, or really love living here. And also, if you want to live off grid, all you got to do is move 50 miles north, and you can live off grid where you don't have to pay any property taxes, or move 100 miles south. I believe it's in Delta Junction. You don't have to pay property taxes either, and you can live off grid if you like. Right now, if I wanted to live off grid right now, ladies and gentlemen, I could turn my electricity off. I could disconnect from my public utility and live 100% off grid if I wanted to. But why would I when it's available to me, right? I don't believe that only because you're a prepper, you have to live like if the grid has been lost, all the time. If it's ever lost, that's what my preps are for, right? So yeah, there's a lot of reasons why I really like living here, and I don't see myself leaving here ever. I talked to my wife and I said, who knows, maybe one day when we get old enough to where we don't want to deal with the super cold for the 2 or 3 months out of the year where it's really, really cold, maybe we can go and live in a different state. Maybe go to Texas and spend a couple months there. during those really cold months. But that's years from now. That's not right now. Kevin Grief said, I pay $1 for 50. Yeah, go get your coupons, ladies and gentlemen. Get your coupons. I left my link on the description of this video. And remember that when you go and purchase your OUPES, whatever it is, over on the between the 29th of November and the 2nd of December, make sure that you use the coupon code that I left you. It's a special one that they made for me, which is going to give you 7% off instead of 5% off the tally, even after you use the coupon code. All right, so that that $6.99 is going to be less than $6.99 after you use my code, Kevin. All right. Let's see. Bringing it down. Oh, man, that's too bad, YTU. I actually have my Buc-ee's cup right here. Yeah, I never heard anything about that. Where'd you hear that, YTU? Because when every single Buc-ee's we went to, everyone there seemed to be very happy. And I actually think I talked to a couple of employees while they were there and asked them, how do you like it here? And they said they really like it. So maybe it's, I don't know. It could be true, you know. It could definitely be true. All right, I'm just looking for any questions I might have missed. Evita, I'm not sure that I'll be making it to Florida anytime soon. Gray Man also asked me. Who knows? Maybe one day. All right, maybe one day. I said I'd never leave the state of Alaska, and this last summer, I went to Texas, and I had a great time. All right, so you know, my wife and my daughter pretty much says you're going whether you like it or not, and I went and I had a great time. Right, so I would actually like to go again next year, but I don't want to say that too loud, right? But yeah, it's the traveling part that really gets me. It's the traveling part that gets me. I don't like tight spaces and crowds, and you know, it's a whole bunch of stuff. But I'm not gonna lie, I had a great time when I went to Texas. I really did. Really enjoyed myself. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's say a happy early birthday to Vera. All right. Vera is going to be turning 7 years old here pretty soon. And she is a little prepper. All right. She is a little prepper and she's going to be turning 7 here very soon. So happy birthday, Vera. I'm sure that on your 7th birthday, that day will be a great day. And I do wish that the good Lord blesses you with many more. And thank you very much, Pantry Only Recipes, for allowing me to do that. Amber Demek, I definitely do. That's something that I haven't really covered before. And that's a video that I have to work on, man. I feel so bad for this company that sent me these lithium iron phosphate batteries. And what I'm going to do with them is I'm going to go ahead and build my own solar generator or my own battery backup system with it. And it involves an inverter. And having an inverter, I think, is a great thing. However, you have to understand that an inverter is going to work off of your car's battery, but your car's battery is going to be kept charged with your car's alternator. And the only way you can do that is to run your car. So you're going to be paying a premium in gasoline to be using that inverter off of your car's battery, right? Understand that. So if it's some kind of a long-term grid outage where you can't even get gasoline, you're probably not going to want to spend that gas running that inverter to power whatever it is that you need to power. Short term, absolutely. I think it's a great idea. Oh, that is a great thing. I think every state ought to do that. I think that would get a great thing. The thing is it's not a VAX. It's technically not a VAX, right? Don't worry. I mean, I believe that in our future, in our near future, there will be perp walks in orange jumpsuits because of what happened here in the last 3 years, or like between 2020 and 2023 or so. I think there will be perp walks. Did you hear that 45 is going to offer back pay? When he becomes 47, he's going to offer back pay to all of the military personnel that were forced to exit the military because they didn't want to take the juicy juice. I think that is justice. Maybe not full justice. I don't think that they're getting everything they deserve as far as that goes. And I'm sure that if they're getting back pay, that their records will be fixed to make sure that it was honorable discharge, and maybe that they will be given the ability to come back into the service if they want to, although I bet you not very many of them will. But at least they'll get what they deserve as far as back pay, and I believe they do deserve that. So good on them for talking about that and doing that. Oh, come on, CMDT. Their breakfast taco was one of my favorites, the one that had just eggs and brisket in it. But CMDT Lou says, Buc-ee's has great wages, great bathrooms, but the food could be better. Breakfast tacos and -1. You must have had a bad experience with breakfast tacos, huh? And ladies and gentlemen, I believe that we are going to be, when we do our December bash giveaway, is when we will be telling you all who the winner of the moose is. Okay, so when we do our December bash giveaway, it's going to be between myself and Gray. Then we'll go ahead and let you all know who the winner of the moose is. We'll do it all in one. We'll have one big bash. What time is it? All right, man. We're almost down. We're almost down to the wire here. A few more minutes. Yep, I do want. I want that too. I want that too. The parallel sound. How are you doing? Why is no one talking about the USA testing a nuclear missile on Election Day? Iran also launched satellites into space on Election Day while making threats to turn Israel dark. Man, I didn't even know that Iran had done that. And as far as us testing the nuclear missiles, I mean, it's just another test, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, it's one of those things where I go back to nothing I can do about that. Just be prepared. I really don't try to. I try not to indulge too much in those things that there's absolutely nothing that I can do about, except to be prepared. And that's what we should all be doing anyways, is to be prepared. Okay? Thank you very much, Pantry Only. That's very nice of you. And I agree with you. This is the best community. Man, look at this. Kevin, you've been a member for 45 months. Hot dog. That is awesome. Thank you very much. I know that JT has also been a member for that long, if not longer. I am the JT says, I am the winner of the boost. Oh, JT, I hope you win. I really do. I hope you win. That would be so awesome. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Michael C., what do you think of EcoFlow? I think EcoFlow provides a pretty good brand. There's only one thing about Well, let me go ahead and... Okay, now remember, ladies and gentlemen, when you ask me questions like this, like about other solar generators, you have to understand that I'm only talking about them from the knowledge that I have of whenever I've reviewed them, okay? Because I have reviewed EcoFlow in the past. EcoFlow is a great solar generator in my opinion. However, some of the models that I reviewed in the past, they didn't use LiFePO4 batteries. They just use lithium ion batteries, which don't have as long of a life cycle as the LiFePO4. Now, if they have changed over to LiFePO4 batteries, that's great. A great product, okay? They're a little bit pricey, but it's still a great product, in my opinion. The one flaw that I would say that they have is something that Grayman actually experienced. And that is that whenever you update the software on it, it defaults back to company settings. So you have to make sure that you go back into the settings and put them where you want them to be if you ever update the software, okay, or the firmware, right? My solution to that, I still have a couple of small EcoFlow units. My solution to that is I just don't update the software. Why do you need to update the software, right? A solar generator is meant to turn on, power something via AC, power something via DC, and accept an input from a AC outlet and or from a photovoltaic cell. That's what a solar generator is supposed to do, right? Why does it need a firmware or software update? I have no idea. So the ones that I have never been updated, and guess what? They work the same way that they worked when I programmed them to work that way. Because there are some things on the EcoFlow that you really want to download the app for in order to change. For example, your AC. Let's say, for example, that you have your EcoFlow running on UPS mode, right? And you have a refrigerator attached to it, all right, hooked up to it. And the AC is on. Great. That's great. Everything's working great. Well, if your refrigerator stops asking for electricity, for energy from the EcoFlow, even if it's in UPS mode, for a certain number of minutes, the AC will turn off. And then when your refrigerator needs to turn back on, it won't be able to turn on because your AC function is turned off. And that's one of the things that gets reset when you do a firmware or a software upgrade, right? So that's one little thing that I would say about EcoFlow that I really don't like. Other than that, it's a solid solar generator, in my opinion, of course. Okay. Yeah, and that's the thing. I like things that are very simple. Like OUPES has an app for their solar generators. I don't have it. I don't have it downloaded because I don't want to mess around with an app. I want a solar generator that when I want it to work, that if I'm not already using it in UPS mode, when I want it to work, I want to be able to push a button on, push the AC or DC, and it works, and that's it. I don't want to have to go to my phone, get an app. I just don't want to deal with that kind of stuff, right? I like simplicity, and I believe that simplicity works best, especially during times of stress. And times of crises are times that have stress attached to it. So the easier that you can get something to work, the very best, the better that it is. Man, I actually just finished doing a review video today. I still have to edit it and everything like that on this awesome little machine that Bogue RV sent me. And I'm pretty excited about it because, man, I'll tell you what, I am so glad they sent me that because this little thing is like a must have. And it's a portable water heater that will heat water for you on demand. And like, it's so efficient that it will heat so much water on one small little 1 pound propane cylinder. So I probably said too much. I probably ruined it because now everybody's going to see it and nobody will watch my review video. But anyways, it's such an awesome little machine. I reviewed it today and I was like, man, this is really a must-have item. Very nice. Thank you very much, Odessa. Thank you. Can a Mega 5 be plugged into a generator inlet? All right. So someone emailed me and told me that OUPES told them that you shouldn't use a generator to charge a Mega 5 or an OUPES solar generator, right? Because it doesn't have clean power. Now, I would never recommend that you use one of those big generators. Like I have one, that Furman 8500. I wouldn't use that to power up my OUPES, because my OUPES Mega 5 only takes a maximum of 1800 watts of input, right? I would always use a smaller one of my inverter generators, like the Honda or the small Furman. I would always use one of those because they're a lot more efficient and you can get a lot more watt hours for your gasoline than you can with that big one. All right. So in order to combat not using like dirty power, I'm going to call it, even though I don't really think it's dirty power, right? To charge your solar generator with a generator, there's two things that you can do. Use an inverter generator, like one of the Honda, the pure sine inverter generators, like a little Honda. Or this is what I would do. You have to do your own research because it's yours, not mine. I would just use the big generator if I had to, and then just use a surge protector, right? Use one of those strips, surge protector, and I would plug into that. I have used those big generators before to power up my solar generators. No problem whatsoever. All right. When you're talking to a company, they always have to think about the liabilities of everything. Even if it's a small chance of it happening, they'll probably tell you, no, you shouldn't do it. Right. But I would have no problem charging my solar generators with a big generator. But if you just want to go, if you want to be extra careful, just use a small pure sine inverter generator, like your little Honda or your little Furman or your Yamaha, you know, like 2000, stuff like that. And Palmer from the great state of Louisiana. Yeah, that little portable water heater is awesome. Man, I was so pleased with it. I don't even think I did it justice in my review, right? Because I don't go crazy with these things. Whenever I review something for you, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that may be new, I don't go and do stuff with it that I would never do otherwise, just to, you know, just because I'm making a review video. Like, for example, I'm not going to take a shower outside at -5 degrees in the snow just because I have a portable water heater. It's not going to happen. Why? Because I wouldn't do it otherwise, right? If for some reason we lost grid power or whatever, and it was a long time, and I don't want to use my precious backup battery backup from my solar generators, etc., on heating my water with my electric heater, yeah, I would take that little heater out. I would set it up in my shower, and I would shower with that. Right? That's what I would do with it. Or I would use it to do my dishes and stuff like that. Things that you need hot water for, because it's super efficient. Right? So I don't do crazy stuff just so that I can get the clicks and all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to use it for if the power grid goes down. And then from there, you can decide to use it for whatever you want to use it for. But I just think that it's a great thing to have. I don't even know how much they cost, to tell you the truth. I haven't even gone online to see what they charge for these things. But I'm hoping to get you all a really good coupon code so that you can use it if you want to get one. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we've been at it for about an hour and a half now, so I'm going to go ahead and close out this live stream. Thank you very much for all of you joining in today. For those of you that came in later in the live stream, go ahead and replay the first 10 or so minutes so you can take a look at I'm going to say it, I think they're incredible prices that OUPES is putting on for this Black Friday sale. So go and follow the instructions on how you can get your $1 coupons. If you want to support what I do, use my code and use my link, because it does allow me to earn a little bit of commission, only for those of you that are interested and in the market for that kind of stuff anyways. All right, ladies and gentlemen. And again, I wouldn't put something out there unless I thought it was a good product at a good price from a good company. Other than that, I want to tell you all, have a great rest of your week. Keep on prepping, because we will need our preps sooner or later. Other than that, God bless every one of you. God bless America. I am going to go ahead and put our outro on. If you're new, put I am new, and we'll shout you out during our outro, right? So that everyone can welcome you into our community. God bless every one of you. God bless America. I'm Alaska Prepper. I am. Just a second. I'm out. Bye.